Right. Good morning, everyone. Hope everybody's having a good morning. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Sean, you were really trying to get in there for that first ticket, huh? He's like, I'm going in, I'm getting it. um, there we go. There's Marinus. Sounds good. Thank you, Neuro. Appreciate it. All right, so let's roll through it today. Girl's not awake, and Melissa has actually calls this morning, so I need to make sure that the girl kind of gets filtered in here, and is not too distracting to mommy. So anyway, thus far, morning has been good. Core and both regular and core have, I would say, I mean, I guess I could use this term. Lately, they've blown the forecast out of the water, right? I mean, coming in as point 0.4, but coming in as 1.3, it's a little bit off, right? Um, last time, interestingly enough, look at this. So last time the actual came in as point 0.7, but it was a little bit off, right? They went to point 0.9, so a little bit worse, but three times better on the top side. So still overall positive. And again, same thing here, right? The actual came as 1.3. They were point 0.4 off. So again, still a positive in both directions, which is not bad. Um, okay. uh, one sec, guys. There we are. She just must have just messaged me and says, "Hey, don't forget." So she's all over it. Anyway, retail sales numbers look good, even with the adjustments on the negative side. Preliminary University of Michigan consumer sentiment at 10. Again, not as important. Retail sales is obviously much, much more important. Um, is what it is. Last night, I don't know if any of you guys were able to take this in the spot world to see the CPI number. Again, much better than expected. And I showed this earlier 90% chance of August rate hike. It's like, wow, there it is. We got it. There's our first confirmed, right? Our first confirmed rate hike because of inflation. New Zealand is like, nah, we ain't doing this transitory thing. We ain't going there. We're not playing Brian's drinking game. So yeah, looks like look at this. It says it's now expected inflation to approach 4+ cents, right? So yeah, and that if in that in with high inflation would persist well into next year. So yeah, so New Zealand is obviously halting imports of the Kool Aid, so they are not drinking it, where everybody else seems to be drinking it still. Go New Zealand! It's good. I thought CAD would be the first one, but it looks like New Zealand will be the first one to take it over. So good. I'm happy for them. As far as the currency realm, a lot of stuff has been retracing. You can see pound yen, 9 in 24 hours, -7, not a whole lot. Dollar Swiss, although we're hitting a 4-hour zone right now in this one. Pound dollar, 37 is the big winner, right? I hate when we're like, oh yeah, it has an ATR of 80, but it's moved 37 in 24 hours. Yeah, it's Friday. Friday in the summer. What do you expect? And again, Aussie down is a little bit as well. And then again, we're seeing pound. It's interesting. You're seeing pound weakness here. It's pound weakness is kicking in. You can see the last three are red versus the green, and then a little bit of pound weakness here. So, it's funny. We've been seeing most countries when you don't have news tends to be positive. In this case, kind of the exact opposite. We have no pound news, and the pound is taking kind of more of a hit. And even when you're looking down here, you're not really seeing not really a whole lot, right? Bank of England, it's addicted to creating money, says Pierce. Okay, it's addicted to. I mean, I wonder where they got that from, right? I don't know. I don't know where I saw it. God, it was funny. You guys see that it was PAL with like the money printing machine where it's like a pasta maker and it's just spitting dollar bills everywhere. I saw that yesterday. I was like, that is awesome. Um, gotta love it. But it's funny that Bank of England is addicted. I mean, everybody's addicted to printing money at this point. So, um, yeah, but yeah, so we're seeing pound weakness again. Just surprising. Um, I think I don't know. I think pound will not be. I don't think they will be far behind. I think New Zealand will do it. I think CAD will probably do it. Australia maybe, depending if they can get past this this hiccup of 30 cases of COVID. If they can get over that, I think they'll be in the stage to rise. And then I think the pound is literally right there behind them. Yen is obviously not raising anything. Um, But yeah, I think the pound will be the first of like the really big nations to do it. Um, I just feel like being smaller, they're a little bit more flexible. So yeah, waiting for some big moves in that one. Obviously, nothing tomorrow. Sunday night. Do I have it set right? Let me see. Sunday night we got this right move HPI. So something small for the pound, but nothing crazy. And then Monday morning, Haskell, he could be a decent mover. Or I think Haskell's a boy. Um, I get confused with a lot of these, but I think Haskell's a boy. But they do have a couple girl fed chiefs. Um, yeah, for Monday. So, yeah, that's where we stand right now. So let's just dive right in the charts. We'll start with the Aussie instead. So Aussie was hitting a level again. The 74.11. We were sitting. Let me take this off. I need like an automatic. This is like the one thing that I do like about MT4 that the online ones tend not to have is if I set a time frame on that specific chart, unless I have all my charts linked, um, it stays that way. Where I hear I'm on 15 minutes to go over indices, and then I swap back and I'm looking at a currency chart. I'm like, what the heck? What pair is this? Um, anyway, yesterday, right? Yesterday we were sitting. Let's see where we at. Right in here. Right, sitting right in here, and we talked about 74.11. We tagged it. We came back up. We hit our 1 to 3. Came back up to a level of settlers, and then rolled back down again. And we just hit that level. So, wasn't bad, right? This was about 30 pips, which is what we tend to look for. It hit this level at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh, it's a dog. It's like, what the heck is that noise? Um, Decent level. So, again, had you gotten into a knockout there, been a nice runner down, you would have been able to capture your profit at the bottom. If you watched yesterday's session, again, we talked about 74.11. That's what we hit, 30 pips. Again, there's your 30 pips a day. Keeps the doctor away. Right now, I would say, again, we've hit 1, 2. What do we got? One. We're hitting. This is kind of 4. So, um, I'm actually wouldn't be surprised if this one continues to push through a little bit here. Again, at least with us testing this level, it's hit it and bounced again. But again, there was your good trade. I mean, here was the one test. Here's two, arguably two or this is arguably 3 or 4. So, I don't know that I would necessarily take it again, and we'll have to make a kind of a readjustment probably on Monday. So, for me, this one is done. There was our trade from yesterday, and again, you can see in the overnight where it hit, you would have expected the rollover back down again, and yeah, not really much more we can do at this point. We'll see whether it holds or not. If it does break, let me go back up to. I think it's on the 4 hour. Um, yeah, I think that's the 4 hour level. Oh no, that's talking about where there's two potential rolls. So yeah, so there's a little bit above. Let me see. Let me pull this one up over here too. I had a level in here. I didn't know. Let me see. I know those are two potential turning areas. Let me see where I had the next one drawn at. Let's see. I have it down at 54. Yeah, I had it down in here. So this is really the next buy level. It would be right down here for me. 73.54. So we'll see. We can take a drop, but 73.85 is going to be a little bit of a hiccup. It's the last area we had kind of a spike back down again. But hopefully you guys grabbed this trade yesterday afternoon, and if anything on this one, you could. I'm afraid we'll run out of time, but I would say that there's probably a short in here if you want to hold over the weekend or something like that. Probably some type of a push to the downside. All right. Aussie yen. Aussie yen also, you guys can see we had a level that we were sitting there. We hit it yesterday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon as well. We dropped right into it and then took off after it. We're looking for kind of somewhat of a confirmation pattern on this one. You may say, well, did we get it? Well, you can see basing before the level, and then when it started to leave, yes, we did get a confirmation pattern. You would have adjusted it in that level right there. And again, taken over the base. And you can see that it came up, that whole Harry Potter confirmation, right? Up, based, came back down, grabbed it, and boom, off to the races. Now, this one, it did have a little hiccup here, but went up higher before it rolled. So, again, another successful trade on the top side. Had you taken this one from yesterday. And again, you could have used either level. If you took it off the 81.43, you were fine. But this is really where you should have made the adjustment to there. And again, 3-1 is sitting right there. Right, you can see that this one went all the way up. That's where you should have had your profit target on that one, which would have been a 1 to 4.5. All right. So pretty quick trade. I think it rolls back down again. I think we test that 81.43 today. Again, could you have taken something from this upper section? Sure. Sure. There's something in there. Um, Actually, hold on. Let me see. Do I have it on here? Nope, I don't. Trend state in. There we go. I was trying to see. No, I was still saying it was sideways. Oh, I know why. Huh, I got to set that one. One sec, guys. Let me set this. Move freely. True. There we go. Uh, yeah, it gave us the downtrend setup, but we did not have the reversal. Actually, it did. Yeah, it did give us the downtrend setup. I thought that it did. It gave us. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I pulled it from here. So again, I'm trying to highlight the indicator more. There would have been your downtrend setup entry. Yeah, there's your 30-minute, 4-hour downtrend setup right there. Okay. So again, I don't have the indicator here yet. Actually, I'll update you guys. I talked to Matt. It's getting hard. We tried to find. We found one guy, thought he could do it, and then he was like, nope. And then we thought we found another guy, and he was kind of like, I don't know if I can make it do that. Like, I don't need all the back test functions. That's fine. We just kind of need the forward testing functions. But unfortunately, as cool as TradingView is, and I like TradingView a lot, the Pine script is what it uses is extremely limited. And again, people are like, "Oh, MT4 is so basic." Yes, MT4 is basic, but the programming language that it uses is like 10 times more powerful than PineScript is. Hopefully, PineScript gets better. I'm hoping, but unfortunately, it is what it is. Those are the tools that we have. It just doesn't. It can't add. It can't add the secret sauce. Is the problem? So, yeah, it's hard when you don't have the secret sauce. But again, I expect this to come down, whether it drops or not. I think 81.19 is another decent buy level as well. All right. But again, had you been playing this one, there was your downtrend setup on that. Like I said, it's a kind of an early morning one, but again, it was an early morning at the open. We were looking for kind of a pullback. You got it, and it's dropping. So, um, and again, I could adjust to the top side too if you want. I mean, I can here. I'll move this way. We're like, all right, that one is out. Take this over, short position there, and our 3-to-1 is there. So you can see we've already passed it. But I think this one is probably decent to run down to that level right there, right? Because again, that's where the start of the move is in the other direction, which puts it to a 1 to 3.8. Okay. Euro pound. All right, so Euro pound, we're looking for a big drop. We didn't get it. Here, we're talking about at the open if we could be up at this 85.59. We got close. This one was 2.9. So I missed it by 2.9 to the downside. It did roll back up again. We were looking for this big push down. Again, we didn't know what kind of it looked like. That's where you should have taken your profit on that short. Now again, it was 30 pips. But again, it was a London-based open trade. Now we're just literally bouncing off these buyers right here, right? Bouncing off those buyers, and we're going to come back up and test those two levels again. So, not really a ton we can do. Again, we were looking for a short trade. That's why we had the open there. We were hoping for a little bit higher, but I missed it by 2.9 pips. Nothing much I can do about that. But it did go down and roll exactly where it should have. You will see. I think this is probably a decent buy level. My concern is there's only 2 hours left in the trading day over there. Again, if we can close, let's see, how big is it, both zones together? Both zones are 18, so we'll see. I mean, I expect there will be some type of a hiccup. If we can end up there, I think that could be a decent area to take shorts on Sunday night. So I know it's Friday, but we're starting to talk Sunday nighttime. Those may be, if we get that close, could we see something along here? Yeah, sure, we could. I think that wouldn't be horrible. And there is a little bit of news on Sunday night for the pound, so which again could be, it is not the main guy. So the trend seems to be the main person of all the banks. He's like, no, transitory. And then you have the lesser guys that want to get their name. They're like, no, we should be aggressive. So could be some opportunity there, right? Could be some opportunity. But I would say, it's an area where I'd be more willing to short. And like I said, I hate when you miss it by 2.9, but it is what it is. Euro yen. All right, so euro yen has punched up a little bit higher. There's this first little hit of this level, but again, this was one of those ones that I had to be quick. I wouldn't really focus on it too much. Um, let's see. Let's see what do we got here. Um, no, this one didn't really have anything in it. No, there's nothing really good in this one. So I think, I mean, really, we're sitting really in that blue area. You're looking to go long, and you can see that it came all the way down at about 2 o'clock. It reversed on us, and then again, you had that basing and that confirmation here late last night and drove it higher. UK session was also mixed. I mean, you can see that this is where the European Open was. Hit 6 o'clock, and again hit the same level right there, and then literally pushed right back down to where we started the European session at, and then punched up, and now we're pulling right back down again. So I would say right now the euro yen is kind of again it meets the definition perfectly of being in that kind of no man's land. It's kind of it's turning and kind of popping through, and it's really just in trap mode right now. I wouldn't say that there's anything that's really decent or solid right now. Um, I would say levels that we could watch out for Sunday night. You could probably use this upper level again. This upper level was a better level than this. There's just been so much time there, and that was actually a prior level here. We could use that potentially for a level. Downside, again, we got all this drama here. We could maybe use this for a Sunday night scenario. So maybe talk about from here to here as far as what our Sunday night would be. Um, either of those two. Let's see what top and bottom here we got. 40 down and about 35 up. So that makes sense. We could go either of those directions and use those levels as far as Sunday night gap entries. But right now, again, I would say it's in middle of two zones, right? It's in no man's land on the smaller time frame and on the larger time frame. So there's really nothing else to trade. And again, it's Friday, so not necessarily surprising in the euro yen. Euro dollar. There we go. So talked about this. We were sitting right here yesterday at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock window. We talked about there was the pullback, and you can see came through, came down, came all the way close to this level, came back up and touched it about 6 o'clock today and pushed down. So it's officially, you can see now it is officially beyond where the target would be. Again, if you guys took that one, great. That was a decent runner as well. That was a 27. Basically another small trade. And again, you may not have held it after this one kind of failed. You may have taken it off, but again, 20, 25 pips there. You get 30 on another one. You're up to 55 for the day. 2 or 3 from yesterday already. But that was a decent level. So at this point, I would look more for buyers. We know that we have a level that was pretty far back there, right? If we go back up to let's see. Let's shrink this down to where it should be. Let's bring this level across. Unlock that bad boy. We'll put this here. Relock. We know we got a small level sitting there. Bring this across. Now that we have the space in here, we should probably mark this level as well as a potential area. There's a bounce level there. And then obviously that is still for Sunday as well. We can take this out now. We've used that. We've used this. We'll slide this one across so we can have that for next week. All right. Yeah. So there we go. This level is decent. Again, we knew there was a turning point there from before, and you can see it sliced right through it, gave us a new boundary, and then gave us that retest, the push up, the pull back, and then the launch forward. Again, using tops and bottoms of this one right now. I mean, if you're going to use clean, we're going to use 118.90, 117.39. And if we do that, we're sitting, here, I'll draw it. If you're using top and bottom right now, you can see we're sitting in the right smack dead in the middle of the blue area. So overall, this one is kind of done for me. We'll see if we come back up. We'll probably if we push back up, we'll probably base a little bit more in there. But right now, I would say best opportunities for some type of a Sunday night trade is going to be sitting up here at 1848. Again, it came up and didn't spend any. Launch down here. We gotta assume that there's going to be some more orders up there. But 118.90, 118.48, and 117.39. And again, if you want to be a little more aggressive with Sunday night, we could potentially go from there too. 117.80. All right. Pound yen. So pound yen is really choppy. As you guys can see, this one tagged at about 2 o'clock yesterday. We marked this one off. It was a 3:30 open. We spiked all the way up. We were sitting right here, right in this 10:30 time frame is where we were talking about, again, an aggressive target inside of that larger zone. You can see we hit it, and again, this is hit number 3. And it didn't matter which one you used. I'll just use the aggressive one, right? Our 1 to 3 is sitting right there. But I mean, in reality, that's where your target should have been. So you can see it came down. And this one was a decent runner, right? All the way up would have been another 68 pips. The 1 to 3 on this one, which is right there, is another 45, right? So you're at 27, 30. It's technically 31, but we'll keep it easy. 27, 31, and then 45. So you're what, 90, 50, yeah, what, 94, 96 from those reversals from yesterday morning. So again, another decent little trade setup. Now we got to start adjusting it. We can remove this area of interest, take this one off. I'd say, I mean, that was a grabbable one right there. Again, it's been tested twice, so I'd be a little bit more cautious with it. Clean levels are going to be 153.46. The 151.79 at this point, I would not use again. It's been hit once, twice, been tested, and this will be hit number 3 coming through. I would be cautious with a continuation to the downside, just because we got a hiccup here, hiccup here, hiccup here. So there's a bunch of different things that this one is going to be kind of running into. So it appears right now that our tops and bottoms for this one for next week are going to be here and here, 153.46 to 150.55, right there. Those look like they're going to be our cleans. And you're going to see, look at this. We pop back into the red, we drop down. We come down, we're getting close to the green, we find those buyers. Again, nice push, back up again. Touch the red, boom, push right back down again. And let's see, I don't think this one, where do I pound yen at? Right there. Let's see. Yeah, we were in a downtrend setup and then kind of got rolled off. I'll pull back down. Confirm down setup, the levels there. Yeah, so this one, because of this big spike, so this one was in a downtrend setup looking for a pullback, but we knew there was no levels till here. But once it advanced into here, the next candle printed on the 4-hour, which kind of messed it up. But if, again, had you been looking for the short, yes, you could have grabbed this one over here at 4 o'clock, but it had rolled through. So, yeah. Right now, wait for those tops and bottoms. Like I said, I would expect there's some. And again, if you wanted to take this one short, I would say there's a little bit more risk in here. There's nothing super clean, but if you did want to take a breakout of this downside of this one, you could. Oh crap, not that. I'd say that there's probably a trade there. I just don't know if we'll be able to, how much it's going to be able to run through today. I mean, if we maintain and stabilize and then open below there on Sunday night, then yeah, you could take that low to 150.56. Pound dollar. So $10 been bouncing. We were looking for profit targets to come down to 137.84. We got close. We got the 91, so we missed it right now by about 6 pips to the downside. As you can see, the same area that caused these same sellers caused the same sellers over here at 4 o'clock right after the open. Not as clean on this one, unfortunately. Right, not as clean. I think top and bottom. Could you use that level again? Yeah, I think that's probably a decent level. It's had 2 good reactions now at 138. Actually, we'll put it here, and we're going to change that to red for a Sunday opportunity. So yeah, so right now for Sunday night, I would say no more trades today on this one. 2 hours to go. Consumer confidence will help it a little bit, but unless there's a quote from Powell today, I don't think this one has much more room to run. Not for a Friday. But 138.61, 170, 137.43, I think are both decent levels, top and bottom, for Sunday night gap strategies. Both of those would probably be decent if they're still in play. And then again, there's a small level to watch here, and then we have the 139.30 and the 139.75. Okay. Dollar CAD. So dollar CAD is kind of stuck. We know we were waiting for this to push much, much higher, and you can see that it came up in that same level. It is a 4-hour level. It hit it and pulled back, hit it up and based, and then kind of got stuck here. So I'm going to remove this one just so we can kind of keep it clean for next week. We know we have a higher time frame zone in the dollar CAD. It's kind of right up. It's sitting there. It's a little bit of ways at this point, a little bit farther away. But besides that, there's not a lot there. I mean, there's a couple things that we can adjust. Let's bring this across. Let's get rid of this. I don't need the. I'm just trying to get rid of some of these old area of interest levels at this point. That one is still fine. All right. Let me bring this across. Let's unlock that bad boy. We'll keep it there. Drop it back down to a 30. There we go. All right. So levels we need to be thinking about. Obviously, you got to mark off the top. You know, there's going to be something small in there. Is it a great area? Maybe for reversal today, right? Maybe for reversal, but we are so close to kind of the extreme range there. I think it's important to highlight that one. Um, Other levels, you know, we saw that we had some buying in this area here, right? And it tested, and I kind of like that. You could refine it and be more aggressive and take it off of here. And I think that would be okay as well. This level a little bit harder because the wick pushed so far down, and you can see there's a little bit of a base there. Just something to be cautious for. So I think right now, if I had to pick my two top kind of areas to trade from right now, I'd say 125.13 is decent. And then looking on, I mean, top side, it's like kind of hard. Hmm. 126. Actually, actually the 4 hours a little bit higher than that. Actually, let's move this up a little bit. Let's go to 4 hour. Let's actually move this up. We're gonna adjust it. We're gonna adjust it just a little bit. It should be from that area. 57. Let's pull these off. Let's go back and check this out on a 4 hour. Yeah, because we had this spiking candle. Let's drop to a 2 hour. Yeah, that's where we originally pushed it off of. Okay. All right. So there, we got our adjustment. All right. So we know that that's a 4 hour level. So I'd say right now, as far as intraday goes, again, we still have the short. If we can get below 124.21, we take it. Again, there was that fast spike into that level. So we know that it's been pushed literally to the brink. We know we have some basing here at 125.13. So I think that's decent to go long. Could we get a small kind of intraday, like little 10 o'clock reversal area? Yeah, I think we could. Again, everything looked great for the dollar, but we know Powell's not going to do anything. So, you know, there could be a small short in this one as well. And that level comes in at approximately 126.04. Do I love that one? No, it's right in the middle of kind of our preferred range right now. But again, coming in at 10:30, it does make sense that that's where you would kind of roll over. Dollar Swiss. So dollar Swiss is up in a 4 hour zone. We knew that 92 was going to be big. We talked about it earlier in the week. It took one run down, about 17 pips, and we're kind of back at that same level again. It also coincides with what we just saw. Dollar CAD kind of pushing back to the downside. Dollar Swiss is kind of also set up there. You know, it's hit this area a couple different times now. It's making you know, it's going for a strong push. Do I not have it here either? Man, I updated. I'm trying to bring everything across. And whenever I do that, I end up forgetting to bring things. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever like saved a profile and then tried to load a profile in another copy of MT4. You get errors sometimes. It's not always the cleanest. Wait. Oh crap, the baby's up. And she angry. True. There we go. 30-minute. All right, yeah. So, yeah, I just wanted to confirm. So this was in an uptrend setup yesterday, but it's pushing into a 4 hour level, which typically invalidates it for a lot of things. So It's there. It's a level. We know it's a level. We know it's a psychological level. I would say because the dollar cat has rolled as well. Look for this to push back down again. We are kind of at the extreme for today, so any weakness that comes in, I would say look for it to drop. I do like the fact that there's a racetrack here. There's not like really a clear. We could kind of draw a zone in there. So if you're looking for some type of a shorting opportunity, I don't know if we'll get it today. I mean, I mentioned going short, but I don't know if we'll get this. If we'll get this short. But there is your 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So you can see there's plenty of room to the downside for that short, and that would be a break of 91.65. Looking at dollar yen. So dollar yen, we mentioned that we had a call spread in here. It was a weekly, so it's a little bit riskier. 110.12. We had the base, and again, you can see that it touched it, touched it. So we are waiting for a breakthrough. This is one of those scenarios though where we're just starting to run out of time. It doesn't look bad to the top side. It's been kind of healthy. We're pulling back. We know we don't have any sellers there. In fact, I will just grab this area of interest and drag this one down. We'll push it right there. We know that we don't really have a whole lot until that level. So, you know, I would say right now, if you're not in, it's not worth getting in. You know, we're just going to run out of time before this call spread can really do much. Let's change this one to yellow because that's becoming a base now. And again, a lot of this is just going to be for next week. That would have been a touch. 12, 20. Dollar yen. I didn't do it over here either. Sorry, I'm trying to get all these things updated. There we go. And we are actually in an uptrend setup right now on the 30 and 4 hour. So yeah, I wonder if we need to shrink this a bit and take longs from this level right here. How much is that? It's about 7. Yeah, that could be a decent long in there. Although we're gonna need this reversal quick. Right there. We'll see. So we do have an uptrend set up right now on that. But again, Friday we're running out of time. Whether you take trades after 11 o'clock, we'll see. All right, let's go across and look. Let's look at oil real quick. So oil has literally retraced. I actually don't mind oil to the long side. And again, I'm not going to hold an oil position over the weekend. God knows what can happen over the weekend. All it's doing right now is retracing right now, and we're kind of at the same. We're kind of sitting there. There's your orange. Um, Again, yesterday was more or less a mirror. The hangover after the big day. It's pushing down. Let's see. Is there any oil news? Actually, let's go over here. Let's see if there's any oil news. We had a technical forecast that came out. Let's see what was in the technical forecast. Okay, it hasn't been the case despite breaking through the waves. Trading above 65 in April. There's no doubt in the front picture is pretty bullish. Yeah. Sorry. They're not mentioning anything about OPEC. That's kind of what I was looking for. It's funny, like, yeah, from a technical standpoint, everything looks great. Yeah, it's good. Fundamentals, we're all coming back. But they're not mentioning OPEC increasing supply, which is kind of, it's funny. All the drama we've had lately, this last push up has nothing to do with fundamentals. It has to do with OPEC. And yet there's not a mention of OPEC in here. So it looks like crude. Looks like people have switched back over. So they were more in short mode. Now they're back in long mode. So again, it's flipping back and forth, 5% either direction. So yeah, it's not bad. But yeah, so at this point, it looks like it found some sellers and kind of a strange place to find sellers. I guess there was a small level in there. So we'll see. We know we got a level sitting right here. So we'll see if we can kind of break through this bottom side. Let's see. You know what? The consumer confidence probably just came out. Let's see what that is. Ooh, that came in big, big difference. Wow. That is quite the miss there. So yeah, people are spending money, but it looks like they're nervous. So yeah, so that explains oil. That explains why oil is tanking right now because that is a huge difference. And again, if you're not sure about this one, you can read it in here. It's a survey of 500 consumers, so it's not like it's you know looking at future and current economic conditions. So 80 is not great. You don't like it when it's red, and again, that's probably why the sucker is pushing to the downside. So yeah, now I'm curious to see. Hmm. Do we grab this next level here and look for a slowdown? See if we can break through that. Wasn't the ideal level. This is much better. Let's take this up to a 2 hour. Yeah, it was a better level. It was a better spike from this one. Yeah, let's see if we can break through here. But I would say look for maybe 70, 70, 40. See if we can break through there. Go consumer confidence. Way to screw it all up, you 500 people. And again, that would be decent. But yeah, I don't. Let's see what we got. See if we can get the hiccup through. Trying to figure out how much I like that one. I like that it's a one base and a pop right at the open. Um, it looks like we got buyers stepping in right down here at 79.90. How big is this level? 70.16. Now I'm wondering, are they going to try to push that 70 number? It's close. It's close. Yeah, that's an interesting one. And again, this is a Friday thing, so it's like, oof, man, there'll be a lot of traders stepping out in the market in like an hour. Is this going to have enough time to have like? Is it going to have enough time to hit that level and give us enough movement before the expiration of oil contracts? Because remember, oil contracts end earlier. They're at 2:30, so we only have like 3 hours to go. Are we going to get enough movement with a lunchtime hour, with a weekend in there to give us an actual, ideal trade setup? Oof, that's rough. I don't think we're going to have enough time. I just don't think there'll be time. Somebody cue the Will Ferrell. Yeah, so we'll see. I don't know. Watch this one for next week. I think this could be a helpful kind of area, but I don't think we can. I don't know if there'll be enough time to trade it today. Maybe there. I mean, again, oil is not my main specialty, so again, based off of a chart, I'd say yeah, but knowing that it's 10:15 already, kind of rough. Gold. So gold coming back down. Took a little bit of a bounce off this buying area, came up. I don't know if did it hit the 1 to 3. Oops, not short. Let's go long. It was pretty close. Right there. It did. It did. This is a 3.03, and you can see that it did come off the top. So gold's there. Again, consumer confidence not good. That this is purely a consumer confidence based move. I would actually expect it to go a bit lower. Um, just with the consumer not believing anything's good. Although retail sales number was great, the consumer is you know has a big has a big force in that, and Powell's not going to say anything. He's like, no, 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 look, confidence is down. Everybody believes the economy is going to be crap. So yeah, kind of justifies what Powell is saying. But yeah, I would say down. But I do not like this one for a short. It's clearly is for next week. The reason why is because of this area right here. You can see that this. You see this right here: buyers, 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 buyers. That's something to watch out for. So just be cautious. I could see it coming through, breaking. Yeah. Let's see. Let's adjust this for next week real quick. We're going to do it off of that candle there. That's going to be hard to do analysis through. Time is this? It was 6, end of day. I don't know if I want to use that one or not. I spent a lot of time there at 3 o'clock, and then it tagged it and hit it last night at like 8. It's a confirmation, but it's not a great time confirmation. Hmm. Let me see. Yeah, gold went off a level. Yeah, the biggest question is going to be is can we make it through here? I just don't know. So what I'm debating is so I like the fact I like this level. I like the fact that it's hit it. I like the fact that it's coming in again. I like that it's a strong push in there. If we start to get some base in there and like a pushback, that typically is a telltale sign to go short. Problem is the buyers over here is really what's kind of and it's intriguing. Like I said, the ascending wicks definitely, there's definitely buyers in there supporting this one. There's a little bit of a level, and again, you can kind of see it on here. There's this like little level of basing right in here that was kind of the launching point. So there's a lot in there. It gets very very busy, and you guys know I like to have like the really clean, kind of easy to read type levels. And that one is like kind of like are we I feel like we're kind of forcing that one for some mode of a reversal, you know, with the time, the fact that it's Friday. And again, I just don't really enjoy. I don't like doing it. So again, not the ideal. I would rate this as a B or C base trade. Again, if you got long from this level, again, telltale sign, you should have got that one. Silver, again, silver's dropping. As you can see, silver's down in that 25.85 level. This has been our top and bottom levels for 2 days. There was this one here, and this was a late last night, early morning. So yeah, but I think for me, 25.50 is the ideal location for longs. It's back in the green area. Actually, this one should be refined a little bit down to like there. There. So we got a little bit more room to run on that one. Push that. Make sure. There we go. Yeah, 25.81. So, I think silver moves. So silver's got 3 times the movement right now than gold, which makes sense. It's about 30 cents down. Do we want to take? This is another one of those Friday trades. It's about 21 cent. No, I wouldn't take it. There's a base in there. So yeah. So I would say at this point, I mean, I guess it's a lot of movement down. We could have something, but I think this one is going to be one of those scenarios too. That once we get the lunch, this one is going to pretty much start to deaden for the day. I remember the golden oil markets close early, right? Don't forget those. You know, not all markets are. You know, this is at 125 is when these contracts close. 125 is for silver and 130 for gold. So we have even less time. We have less than 3 hours. Can we get a trade in? Can we sneak it in before the end of the day? Don't think so. I think we're going to run out of time. But watch these 2 levels for next week. I think these could be decent Sunday night open trades when those markets are kind of starting to ramp right back up again for long positions next week, particularly with people talking about stemming off inflation. It's awesome that New Zealand did it. Let's go to ES. Mentioned these earlier. Now I was looking for this one to push higher. It looks like the retail trader at 9:30 shot ES back to the downside. Maybe because of the revisions in retail sales from before, although they were much better. The consumer confidence number is not helping. I really wanted this one to get back up there today and prepare us for that 4,400. It doesn't look like it's going to happen now. My feel good Friday is turning into consumer confidence number wrecking my Friday plans here. So you know, right now we're still in that same kind of area that's been our focus for such a long time. We'll see if we can find buyers. There are some buyers down here, and see if we can take a little hop. 10 o'clock at this point, I think most of the trading is out. Let's drop it down to a 15-minute. Yeah, it looks like there was a short in here you could have taken. It's basically this level. It's the same level again that we've been following earlier in the week. You made a slight adjustment to it to there, based off of the most recent high. But yeah, there's your 9:15, 9:30 short. Let's see how much is on that one. 13.5 points. So again, 13.5 points is good off the open. Tiny level. So there you go. I would say here, I'll take this. This is a cost spread we were talking about yesterday. Maybe there's your reversal later on. Let's see. 43.44. So if we do have a feel good Friday, we're going to need to find buyers, and there are a couple of buyers right above, but that's probably the last decent level is 43.44. So we'll see if we can get a reversal from there. Maybe. Like I said, the retail sales justify it. The overly pessimistic 500 people that they talk to, not so much. They're not helping us. And Q, man, look at this. It's just like, just go. And yeah, this one also got blasted right at the open, got cranked by those same people. And this one really didn't even have a great turning level. So, the 14,891 was where we saw sellers coming in. Unfortunately, it didn't even make it there before this one tanked lower. Boo hoo. Again, those retail sales, and then again, man, it even pulled right back into the level. It was set up perfect for consumer confidence, but no, messed that one up. This is the same scenario though. I mean, we got here, and here, all pushing forward with buyers. It's got a lot to chip through. This actually should be green. This price should be here. There's our extreme range. Let's mark this off while we're here. there. Change that one to red. Again, this will change to yellow as a potential. You know what? We'll change it to like an orange. Is like, I guess we'll change it there. Make it like a light pink. More of an aggressive entry. All right. Yeah, so I don't see too much on this one. It's got to find some buyers, but I think 15,000 is out today. I was really hoping we were going to hit the 15,000 today, but damn you, retail traders! Damn you! YM is going to look exactly the same. God, look how close we were. We were right there. I want to hit this one so bad. 27 points. We're so close, so close to that. Man, this is getting crushed. Oh, you crappy. It just shows how fast things can get blown up. So yeah, kind of the same scenario. I mean, there's a bunch of little buying areas in here. Let me see if there's any cleaner on a 30-minute. Not really. I mean, obviously we have big buyers down south. You know, we got big buyers down here, but that's quite a drop. If we come all the way down to here, I don't think we're making it back up again. Man, 35,000 was right there. If that had been a green number, absolutely without a doubt, we would have cranked 35,000. Let me see if there's any other news that we missed. Inventories, no. Nope. Look at this. Retail sales unexpectedly wrapping up a solid quarter of household demand. Like they're like talking about how great it is. And then this is how you cap it off. Man, 35,000. It's like this is like what is that? Like always a bridesmaid, never a bride. That's what I feel like 35,000 is saying right now. It's like it's just right there. It's just so close. Like we keep just flirting with it. Like somebody be that guy that says I'll buy it at 35,000. Right? Somebody's got to be that guy. So overall, like I said, besides the indices kind of taking the tank right now, from yesterday into today, there's been about 100 pips worth of currency trades out there. Oil, not so much. Again, it's still pushing down lower. Again, this is going to be that consumer confidence. Weak consumer means they're not going to spend as much. Doesn't surprise me that it's continuing to drop. We'll see if the 70.42 holds. Gold and silver. Again, not surprised. You can see this one is already pulling off that 25.81. Any of the currencies, I don't know. Again, talked about this one pushing down, looking for a buy there. Aussie yen, kind of the same thing. You're definitely, without a doubt, out at this point on that one now. Euro pound, so it's pushing higher. So again, now we're trying for that other one. Let's remove this real quick. The 85.70 is now what we are looking for. We missed that one by a little bit. We'll see if we can get through here with that last little push. Grab those sellers in there. So yeah, this could be a good push for a reversal. Again, this is European strength. Now you're seeing European weakness going down. Again, we're pushing back away from it. This is yen. This is just stuck. Pound yen pushing down into that level. Again, we may get it. That would be a decent reversal. We need some help with the yen on this one. Getting in there, getting back in. So again, from the shorts, you're definitely out for the short for the top side from this level. Again, had you taken the short position from here? Thought we marked this off, but there's your 1 to 3 right there. So you're officially out that guy. Pound dollar, again, dropping, getting closer. We are within 30 of the 137.43. Dollar CAD making a push up. Again, showing some dollar strength in here, but yeah, 126.62. Remember that one for next week. And then still having major problems, right? And then this guy, look at this. Yen pulling right back down again. But that may give us the entry for kind of a turnaround, so we'll see. All right, so that's it for today. Like I said, all right day. Most of the trades already happened in the overnight, so not much more we can do with it. Let's go ahead and do the drawing today. We'll get out a bit early. Thus will be happy. Baby will be happy. Gold's popping a little bit off of a 4-hour level right now. Let's see if gold can reverse or not. All right, so who are we missing here? Debbie is not in. I see Eki and I see Sean in. I don't see Will in. Is Will here today? Will sometimes misses Fridays. He is a smaller group today. Wow, Will's gonna miss tickets. Let's see. Ernest is in. Mm, No Ernest, no Ernest. I know it's. Hey, I mean, this is it. Um. Oh yeah, Nura's in there. All right. Let's close it down. Like I said, um, small Friday, but that's fine. All right. Winner of today's drawing is an Eki one. No, Ross won yesterday. See, what it is Will scared Ross and said, "Yeah, I won't win until 2022." So that's why Ross is not here today. So winner of today's drawing is Marina. There we go. Marina and her $5 gallon gas. Right? Marina and her $5 gallon gas. Yeah, she has 16% chance of winning. That's what happens. Actually, it's been a little while. It's been like 2 weeks since Marina's won. But hey, that's what you get for showing up. All right, guys. Guys and girls. I am out of here. You guys have a great weekend. Looking forward, and again, just kind of cycling through, right? Looking to see what we have really for the week on Monday. You can see next week actually has a lot of that flash services. Again, I'm looking forward to this Tuesday night. I think monetary policy meeting notes on Monday will be good. Remember, New Zealand just raised. Is Australia going to follow suit to stay competitive? That's a big question for Monday. Tuesday, the retail sales number, again, expected to be negative, but we just saw a negative forecast for the United States and it blew it out of the water. Is that going to be a big mess? Obviously, the 7.9 that sent the market right down next week for oil is going to be good. And then again, we get into all this craziness next Friday. So next week should be a pretty decent week. And like I said, I'm gonna try to help highlight more of the the trend states a little bit more because I know we don't do it as much here. And hopefully you guys are able to so tired of Moreno winning. Moreno wins like once every 2 weeks, Ernest. All right. With that said, you guys have a great weekend. I will catch you guys next week. You need me, message me on Discord. I'm around, and I'll catch you guys then. Take care.